Today was day one of my conference trip to Las Vegas. Rather than starting with ASHP Midyear, my institution attends the Vizient Pharmacy Conference, especially since I'm an admin resident. For those of you who might not know, Vizient is a healthcare performance improvement company that works with hospitals across the US. Everything from data and analytics to supply chain, workforce strategy, and overall clinical performance. Walking into a room filled with pharmacy leaders from all over the nation was energizing. People were openly sharing what's happening at their institutions, discussing new pharmacy initiatives, and comparing how we're all navigating major challenges, like the emerging 340B rebate pilot program. It's one thing to read about these issues, it's definitely another to hear firsthand how different health systems are approaching them, what's working, and what still needs to change. I myself presented with my colleague on the 340B rebate pilot program and the implications of impact on healthcare systems at the forum meeting. Later in the night, I joined my acute care co-residents and RBD for dinner. And all of that was just day one. Tomorrow, I get to stand by my poster and share the project I've been working on. Day two at Vizient was packed from morning to night. I started the day at one of the large general sessions where pharmacy leaders from across the country spoke, including my own PGY2 RPD, who also happens to be the chairman of the entire Vizient Pharmacy Network. Seeing him on stage leading national conversations about our profession was honestly pretty inspiring. The rest of the session went from around 9 to noon, and in the afternoon after lunch, I helped my co residents set up all the posters for the resident poster sessions. And then it was my turn to present my own poster. It's actually been a while since I've presented research, so it was a rewarding moment to take a picture next to my poster alongside many others. The fun thing about the Vizient poster session is that there's an open bar, but I would say that that's pretty dangerous as well. Outside of being able to present my poster, being able to catch up with some of my old friends was also a highlight. After the poster session, I switched gears and met up with my pharmacy school friends for dinner. We went off the strip to Shang Artisan Noodle, which I highly recommend if you ever want affordable, comforting Chinese food in Vegas. Not to mention, too, they had a pretty decent boba store right next door, so we definitely had to stop by before heading back to the hotel. And of course, because it is Vegas, Chainsmokers were performing that night and literally everyone went. It was my first time at a Vegas club, so it was definitely an experience, but I couldn't stay past 12:30. The Chainsmokers didn't actually come on until 1 or 1:30 a.m., which was a slight bummer, but nowadays I really do have to prioritize my energy levels. So today was a very long day, but one I'll definitely remember. Day 3 was the official first day of ASHP Midyear, and you could feel it the moment you walked into the convention center. The entire place was packed with pharmacists, residents, program directors, students, everyone dressed professionally and moving with purpose. It also definitely wasn't hard to spot the students because they did look a little bit more nervous than the rest of the crowd. It honestly brought me back to my own student days at midyear where I had to spend hours planning which residency showcases to attend and mapping out all the residency sessions to go to. Seeing it from the resident side now feels full circle. This year I got to attend CEs myself. My institution does require 3, but there were actually a lot that genuinely interested me. One session dove into building data dashboards and how they support pharmacy operations, and my RPC even gave a presentation too. In the evening, I slowed things down and met up with friends for dinner at Italy, and then we explored the strip a little bit more afterwards before calling it a night. A wholesome and grounded end to a very full conference day. By day 4, I was definitely feeling the conference fatigue, but it was still a packed day. I had two main goals for today, which was to film an interview sharing my story of how I got into pharmacy and walk the exhibit hall to talk with pharmacists in different specialties. I really wanted to understand what roles fit my background and what aligns with the kind of career I want to build. Now, day 5 was the big one. I met up with Dr. Jamie Pruitt, my mentor and owner of the Farm So Hard network, who brought me on to host Your PharmD Bestie. We talked about strategy and plans to grow the podcast this upcoming year. Then came 3 hours of tabling for the residency showcase, meeting students, answering questions, and sharing what makes UC Davis such a strong program. And that wraps up the conference. Definitely a full circle moment going from student to resident and now being on the other side. That wraps up my mid year. How was yours?